Soul Garden.
Hello Pisces, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host to the universe, Christopher Witecki. And come on down to soulgarden.me. Remember, we have office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays with Soulmart practitioners, and my new office hours Fridays 12 noon Pacific, called Unite the Light. I'm bringing down a calling to all light. Come on down, report in on how things are going in your tribe and your sphere of influence. Now, we are wrapping up an emotional transit this week. That's what the entire Earth has worked on, emotions. And Pisces, doubly so, inner child. So inner child and emotional states of awareness. We're trying to step into an emotional shui that works for us. Now, remember, we discarded what didn't work. We shopped for new. We tried to aim towards what would work. And this week, we're going to step into our passionate shui. Because really, the masters drive life through emotional passion. And that may sound reckless, but it's not when you have released the emotional baggage that's unnecessary, not when you have good, strong intentions on how you want to respond. And for your inner child, you have inner child management, which is to be allegiant to your inner child, to allow yourself to be creative, to point your life on a path of love and joy. Otherwise, inner child ain't happy. So on Monday, you may not be happy. There's kind of a lot of things shifting. For one, Mercury is retrograde. It retrograded over the weekend. Now, Mercury is up in Leo, working on the next topic, so to speak. For you, this is your lifestyle that you live in, and this is the application of heart in the moment. So you start thinking differently with Mercury retrograde about that application. And remember, Mercury retrograde is simply the reversing of the twins. We all have two voices always going on in our head. One's a primary voice, one's always a secondary voice. In a retrograde, they flip sides. This allows us to see things from the inside out, from our own perspective, our own consciousness. So you're looking from the inside out of lifestyle, and you will look from the inside out back into inner child and emotional awareness again. When Mercury retrogrades, we'll have that scissor effect. But on Monday, there's a tad bit of Uranus calling because it is a day for Venus. Now, it's a Venus ruled day, so the universe is seeking balance. In your case, you're seeking to find balance and peace. You're seeking to find a creative path that works for your inner child. You're seeking to find an emotional response that works for your inner child. And you may have to innovate your emotional response on Monday while thinking backwards with Mercury to get the job done. So Monday can go either way depending on how much work you do for yourself. On Tuesday, it is a Neptune day, so you're feeling pretty groovy. Your home planet is ruling the day. You were logged in to higher self. If you weren't clear yesterday, you're clear today because of you. The moon does move up into Cancer, though. You were nesting, resting day before. Now, moon in Cancer means you are now fully emotionally empowered with the inner child, fully passionate about what child wants, because emotions themselves have now moved to join emotional child. So child is speaking, and what you want to know is where to go to make sure you log into your own God service provider, to make sure you kind of get your own GPS as far as where you are positioned as far as God universe is concerned. That's what Neptune is about. And I want to bring up this opposition which comes to a final head on Tuesday. The opposition is between Mars in Libra and Uranus in Aries. Now, Mars in Libra is saying, hey, time to move forward with the new trust, intimacy, boundaries you've been working on for 2.5 years, since late 2009. Uranus in Aries is saying, hey, let's commit to letting go of old self-esteem problems, or let's commit to innovating self-esteem. So there is a agreement, if you will, between the two sides, I think, on Tuesday that happens in the background, maybe in the foreground, where you're saying, all right, I'm going to move forward with this trust, which means I'm going to have to innovate my self-esteem, which means I am reconciling how I navigate my inner child. All right. On Wednesday, it's Lightcast Day. It is the day to commit. Now, why do we commit? Because the sun and moon come together, which are the first two steps of manifestation. I love and I feel. They come together, making it easier for ourselves. When we align what we love and what we feel, then we draw in much quicker than usual what we want to draw in. So on Lightcast Day, you are literally drawing in what you love and what you feel. Literally, that's what you're doing this month. On this day, this is the apex of love and feel for Pisces, aligning your life toward what your heart desires. So if you're watched over by GA, I'll be texting and holding space for the whole Lightcast Day with you, and you are committing on this day. Saturn rules the day, so it is a commitment to a new inner child path, a creative path, a joyful path. It is a commitment to an emotional response system that supports the child, doesn't make it harder. Then on Thursday, time to act. Mars rules the day, so whatever you're committed to Get off your astro and do it. Remember, action is always a sequence in light casting reality. So on Thursday, it is time to go ahead and take that action. Show your inner child you're serious. Do something for that creative path. Make sure if any kind of cannonballs come to you emotionally, that your emotional response is what you just dedicated to yesterday, and step forward on this new emotional creative path. Now, we have a Yod on Thursday, which God Universe is giving us some clues on what we need to focus on as we are stepping forward with your creative path, and that really is Pluto. Now, Jupiter Venus here in Gemini has been encouraging you to expand your home base unit anyways, right? And will for a full year. So you're going to get a bigger flower pot for your soul garden, and you need to step out of the old flower pot. So this is one area. Then we've got the moon conjuncting Mercury in Leo on this day. So you are hyper aware, you are feeling the reality that needs to change. And all this plugs into what? Pluto retrograde, which says basically this: if you want this new home family, if you want this new lifestyle, you need to reconsider where it is you are connecting or how you see yourself in the world. You need to change the way you see yourself in the world. Pluto retrograde. And if you don't know how you see yourself in the world, ask God. It is intuitively led, and this is a Mars day, but you are logged in. I thought it was a Neptune day. Oh well. That said, Pluto retrograde says reconsider your social status, reconsider your social aims. This will move your new flower pot forward. This will move your new lifestyle forward. And by the way, Mars rules the day. Get moving forward. Then comes to Friday. Friday's actually a groovy day because now we're going to hold space. And you are feeling reality pretty intensely. The moon is in Leo, so you are hyper aware. So basically on Friday, you want to hold space for this new life, for this new dedication to your inner child, for this new emotional response system you're building in yourself. And I want to point out a trine, which is happening in the background as well. Back to Jupiter, which is saying, hey, Pisces need to transplant into a bigger soul garden. There's that force. And it's pointing into what? The force of changing boundaries. So in other words, as you change boundaries, you are able to get a bigger footprint. As you're willing to get a bigger footprint, you have strength to change your boundaries. The two are connected until further notice. And I think on Friday we're feeling it and we're holding space. Then on Saturn Day, actually it's a tested day, 29 degrees. So we're passionately being tested back. It is time to really see if we can master emotional sway or not. Can you stand in your passion, in your case the passion of your inner child, with the intelligence of your emotional response system ready to aid and not take away? Okay, so this is a real test of what we have worked for. The moon now shifts into Virgo, so your drama may shift to a relationship, a marriage to yourself, how you relate to yourself, or an LTR, something you have committed to. They may light fuses, but remember, it is all about your inner dedication to the inner child and your new emotional response system. Okay, now all holy hell, look at Pluto. In this case, I'm also showing two squares that are going on with the Yod, and it's all holy hell to Pluto. So the universe is really saying on Saturday, hey, as you're being tested, as you are being tested maybe by relationships, remember to intuitively point to a new way of belonging. A new way of belonging is the way. Feeling like you belong in the universe a different way. Maybe you have to ascend up and say, hey, I'm bigger than this. But a new way of belonging will help you with self-esteem, says Uranus. It will break fears of making changes. It will tie in this new nest and this new lifestyle if you reconsider how you context to society. Then on Sunday, it's 0 degrees. We are shifting into Leo. We have wrapped up the emotional month. It's going to be kind of a strangely cold month. Your emotions are, cold day. Your moon is connected to relationships on this day, but we're offline. Pluto rules the day, which means death. And what is the death of? A state of awareness and birth of a new. And for you, we're putting down inner child and we're moving to where Mercury is retrograding, your lifestyle, health, how you connect to the moment. The big question mark on Sunday is your lifestyle set up to give your inner child what he or she wants? If not, that is the soul work of the next 30. All right, Pisces, that's all I have for your 7-day forecast, but I'll see you in 7 more. Until then, live, love, be.